Hi, I'm Trevor. I've been at Holland Road for about 17 years. I'm a scientist working in the environmental sector, and when I became a Christian, I got a deep passion and heart for social justice and environmental issues.
Yeah, and I've been at Holland Road. I'm Anna. I've been at Holland Road for over 20 years now. And yeah, Trevor and I have been exploring environmental concerns from a Christian perspective. It's really helped me to kind of make that link between biblical creation care and social justice. And yeah, God's put it on our hearts to engage and share with our church community.
Well, creation care is God-given our God-given responsibility for looking after the natural environment. In Genesis 1, it starts with God created the heavens and the earth, which includes the natural world and us. And God, it also says in Genesis that God looked at all he had created and said it was very good.
Yeah, and in this responsibility, we also understand that all of creation is intrinsically linked, both us and the natural world, which relies on each other for physical survival, for nourishment, and for well-being. As God said in Genesis, again, that He said, let us create mankind in our image, in our likeness. That they may rule over the fish of the sea, the birds of the air, the livestock, the wild animals, and all the creatures that crawl along the ground. And he also says in Genesis 2 that he took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden, like this garden, and to care for it and to work it. And so Adam represents all of us, and God's call to us to cultivate and care for his creation.
Yet sadly, the brokenness of climate change, biodiversity loss and mass extinctions caused by us is destroying much of what the natural world needs to sustain itself with, and it's causing great harm to many people around the world.
Yeah, so creation care is really just about caring for each other and caring for the natural world by responding to God's promise of salvation for all creation, and by playing our part in his restoration of heaven and earth.
Through caring for the natural world, we're caring for each other, our neighbour, and particularly those in poverty and most vulnerable to the effects of climate change. Well, we're keen to grow the awareness of seeing how by doing small steps together we can make a big positive impact in caring for God's creation.
Yeah, our vision is to see a movement of Christian disciples stewarding God's kingdom creation promise and salvation through prayer, through practical action, through petitioning, persistence and praise.
So since before lockdown, we've been exploring with a couple of others from the Holland Road the ideas of creation care and considering what initiatives we can take. And we're now proposing to launch what we call Creation Care Conversations, where we can come together and discuss some of the key topics. And we're looking to launch that in November with the Tearfund's Reboot campaign, A World Rebooted. And our first Creation Care Conversation is planned for the 10th of November at 7:45. Please find more details on hrbc.org.uk/creation care, and we'd really very much like to see who can come along. It's open to anybody and everybody of all ages.
Yeah, and also these conversations will be followed up by opportunities to get involved in prayer and practical action throughout the year. We're just really open to see what God's gonna do in this, and so even if you're part of a community already, you might just want to kind of come along to one or two conversations, get involved in a challenge or a project. So yeah, it's just really open to anybody. So please do sign up to our first Creation Care Conversation, and yeah, just come along. You don't have to have any special knowledge, just an open heart and an interest to learn how God can lead us in this.